In this video, we are going to be showing you the wonderful transformation of my tropical orchid paradise. We are also going to be sharing with you some pretty creative ideas and also some projects that we've started. Of course, all in hopes of inspiring you to beautify your world. So let's find out exactly what we've been up to. What a crazy, crazy mess that's going on in my garden right now. Today is moving day for this orchid kennel right here. I just believe there is a better location for it, and I just really wanted to better incorporate this orchid kennel into my garden where I can really enjoy it just a little bit more, and it'll really fit as a part of the scenery. So as you can see, I have majority of the orchids out of here and onto two makeshift tables right here. Here's one of them. And right here is my other makeshift table, and as you can see, it's also holding up my other orchids right here. So yeah, folks, it is really quite embarrassing in my garden right now. I mean, oh my goodness, so much rearranging and replacement and transformations going on. I have to tell you, I have orchids on my makeshift tables, some orchids still in my orchid kennel, and of course, if we take a look, also still in my tree are my orchids as well. So you're seeing just a jumble of a mess right here. And yeah, it is a little bit embarrassing, but hey, this is what it takes to really get the job done. Orchids on my cot. Oh my, it is quite a mess in my garden. Projects that I'm still working on, as you can see right here. Some projects in here as well. So yeah, I've got a lot of work to do, and I just really can't wait until everything is done, and then I can really begin to enjoy my garden the way that I want to. So where exactly am I going to be putting my orchid kennel? Well, if we take a look over in this area, you see I did clear out this plot of land right here, and it's pretty big. I would say, what, about 30 to 10 feet across. So that's a good amount of land right here that has been totally cleared out of grass. And I actually had to rent out a tiller from Home Depot, which worked out rather well. I think it was, I want to say, about $40 to rent it out. And in total, when it was all said and done, I think we rented it out for $60 for the entire day. You can do all the work that you need. Great deal for what I needed. And also what I started to do was go ahead and treat this area with vinegar, a natural treatment to kill off the grass, and I've been doing it for 2 days now. So hopefully all of the grass will be cleared off completely, and I can situate my orchid kennel right in this area. Now, as you see, I have two entranceways, and it's actually going to block off a little bit of the entranceway right in those two areas. But, you know, I preferred to do that rather than block one entire entryway, because it did make it very useful and very efficient for me to be able to get in here two different ways. That's what I elected to do. As you can also see, I've started putting gravel in here as well, which prevents all of the mud that accumulates when I water. So eventually I'll have all this filled up with gravel, and it's going to just be a little bit more attractive in here as well. So definitely, like I said, just so many things going on. I also plan on having some form of archway right here for my entrance, where this bleeding heart can actually vine onto the trellis, and I think it's going to make quite a beautiful display for the bleeding hearts. And as you can see, when they bloom with their red flowers, it's really, really an attractive focal point in my garden. So that'll be nice to have it on an archway or a trellis right here that will invite me to warmly walk into a beautiful garden once it's all said and done. So all in all, the way that I am arranging my garden, I do believe it is just going to make my garden even more beautiful and more efficient to work and also enjoy my garden. It is early in the morning right now, and I really do need to get a move on getting my orchid kennel in its final situated location. And I better get on it before the sun comes out at its full strength, because I definitely don't want the sun baking any of my babies. So here we go, folks. Let the transformation begin. As you can see, the orchid kennel fully removed, and all we have left now is that open space right here where that orchid kennel used to be. But what I hate the most, folks, is at the edge of my garden now is a very wide open entrance area, which I do not like. I definitely want to close this off either by planting some tall growing shrubbery or having some of my big potted containers at the edge of my garden. But what I do love the most is the fact that my orchid kennel now is situated within my garden, and indeed I get to appreciate it from where it stands now. Once my plants all grow up around this area, it's just really going to include my orchid kennel and, again, my orchids. One big happy family, guys. One big happy family. I cannot wait till my entire project is complete. Now all we have to do is fill her up. Whew, what a long day of work, guys. And as you can see, I've taken all of the orchids off of my makeshift table, and you can see right here they are all in my orchid kennel, already arranged, although I will have to say I have to rearrange them yet again. I was in quite a rush trying to get all of my orchids in before they baked in the sun. So let's go ahead and take a closer look and see exactly what it looks like inside. And as you can see right here, look at that, guys. I am so happy that my orchids are back at home, and definitely they're always looking so happy when they are a part of their big old happy family. Now, remember when I told you guys that I wanted to have some form of archway in my entrance area? Well, I actually changed my mind. Instead of having an archway in my entrance area, I actually decided to create some form of arbor using some shelf unit panels. If you guys remember correctly, in one of my videos I did show you how to creatively use these shelf units to make some form of wall panel where you could have a vertical garden. Well, right here we're actually using the same panels, but this time we have structured it to where it will perform as an arbor. And not only as an arbor, but this is actually multifunctional, and it does serve multi-purposes. And the reason why I do have it over my bleeding heart, this plant right here, this shrubbery, is so out of control because it is actually a vining plant, and I find myself constantly trimming this back. I felt that perhaps if I had some form of trellis where this can actually vine on and actually grow upwards, perhaps I can have this better controlled. At least that is what I'm hoping. So these right here, these panels, this arbor, is actually acting as a trellis for my bleeding heart. But not only that, this arbor can also serve as a plant holder as well for many of my containers. And these right here are actually Art Deco lanterns that I've refurbished and created them to be a beautiful and wonderful and very creative planter. And as you see, they hang really, really well using my M hooks. They really do create such a unique and creative display. But what I could also use this arbor for is to hang my hanging baskets, as you can see right here, with my wonderful blooming vandas, also some of my tropical plants that are in bloom as well, and some of my dendrobiums back there, and also my caged up cat right there. And yes, it just makes such a wonderful, beautiful tropical display. So with all of these wonderful plant enhancements, multifunctional structures that allow my orchids to be displayed and also to be hung so beautifully. And also with the relocation of my orchid kennel, I do have to tell you, I am so very excited with exactly how this is all turning out. I just can't believe this is the same garden, guys. And I do have to tell you, while I'm kicked back, relaxing in my garden, I really do love and appreciate the view from where I'm at, because now my orchid kennel can be a great focal point and really does enhance my garden, where we are completely living in harmony, living cohesively together, and enjoying the scenery. And what I do love the most is from any angle of my garden, I can appreciate my orchid kennel and also all of my orchids. It's become quite an important part of this entire garden, where, as you can see right here, was actually the end of my garden. Well, this has now become the center point of my garden, and this orchid kennel situated right here and included within this beautiful, tropical, lush, and wonderful paradise right here. And yes, there's still a lot of work, guys, I know, but just to see the start of it is really exciting me, and I really can't wait to see what the final product of this new blooming season will bring. But boy, oh boy, I do have to tell you, I am quite tired. So I am gonna take a seat, guys, kick back, relax, and enjoy, and simply enjoy the beautiful scenery, the orchids, and the gorgeous plants that are all around me. And I do hope that you guys are enjoying your scenery as well. And I'm also hoping that you have started your projects in beautifying your orchid garden, your growing space, and of course, just being delighted and fully relishing in your gorgeous orchids. Definitely let me know exactly what's been going on in your orchid world. Definitely would love to hear about your projects that you have underway, and make sure you post those comments below. Also, let me know exactly what you think of my orchid kennel being within my garden now. Let me know what your opinions are and if you have any suggestions as well. And I do thank you guys so much for allowing me to share my love, my passion, and also my orchids with you guys. Also, please be sure to join me on my Facebook and Instagram adventures as well under My Orchid Adventures. I am hoping that you guys learned something new, or even perhaps were inspired by this video. I hope that you guys liked it, and if you did, please be sure to like, share, and also subscribe. And of course, turn on that bell notification so that you guys will know exactly when I do post a new video. And definitely make sure you guys stay tuned for more, because indeed we have so many wonderful, exciting adventures yet in store. Definitely so many things, experiments, transformations, and even things you would never expect. But one thing for sure, you will always learn something new. I truly do love and appreciate each and every one of you guys all, and I will see you guys later, and I'll also grow with with you guys later as well. Bye-bye for now. Mwah.